As we take a look at the starting lineups here tonight.
To 35 points. But the Fever can't afford to have personnel do a good job of guarding the basketball.
Two teams certainly don't like each other. Both are highly motivated season. Angelica suffering. Gina Cross, Teresa Stuck, your official 18-point deficit into a 21-point lead. And ultimately a 9-point win over Phoenix on Monday, but Indiana turns it over on their opening possession.
I mean, that's a play that they have worked on and scripted to start the game, and they turned it over.
Here's Alyssa Thomas, who turns and bank shot won't fall.
The versatility of Alyssa Thomas will be on display tonight. She'll guard fives, and she'll play some point on offense.
Boston sets up Mitchell, who drops a three.
That's the kind of start you're talking about. Wide open, uncontested, great look for Mitchell.
And Coach Nate Tibbetts saying the beauty of playing these back-to-backs is you get the opportunity to look at film, to make improvements. That foul is on Boston, and his team is a 20-26.
Injuries have been a part of their story, and this is a team that played for the championship last year against Las Vegas.
There is head coach Nate Tibbetts, and here are their worst starts through 18 games in franchise history. And that's even more difficult here in 2026. It's never been more difficult to make the WNBA playoffs. 15 teams, 8 will make it. Mitchell drives on Copper, shot too strong.
I love the set though. Aaliyah Boston initiating on the top. Get Kelsey Mitchell to that left hand.
Bonner from way outside, and it's way off.
Well, they're gonna let her hear it for sure in this building.
A lot of that because of last season. Bonner played her first 9 games with the Fever, ultimately ending up in Phoenix. It's a backdoor cut for Kelsey Mitchell and an assist from Aaliyah Boston.
Aaliyah Copper just turns her head, and Mitchell 90-degree cuts the baseline. Well done. Kelsey Mitchell, 5 quick points.
Lexi Held bounce inside. Thomas one bounce. Here is Bonner recovering nicely. Is Monique Billings. Bonner shot fakes the 3, leans in. Back for Thomas from the foul line. Knocks it down.
Nice two-man game on a naked side. Good patience and poise. Couple of veteran players right there.
Here's Clark's first look. It's catch and shoot, and she is fouled. So Caitlin Clark will shoot 3 free throws.
They don't want her to come curling off that screen, getting to the middle of the floor. She's expecting help there, and it wasn't any.
Caitlin Clark is on the board. 3rd in the league in scoring, 2nd in assists. Both Alyssa Thomas and Kalia Copper, they're 2 All-Stars. They played well on Monday, but the Fever were able to keep everybody else in check. Mercury outside of those 2, shot just 33%. But here is Copper.
Really good discipline by Aaliyah Boston not to try to block that shot. She's already got 1 foul.
Clark bouncing for Billings, who's able to recover inside for Hull, tight quarters. Boston thought about the 3, sets up Clark. Clark gets by Copper. Clark gets to the rim, but couldn't finish. Billings battling. Brochon pulls down the rebound. And Brochon pulls up and rattles in a 3. Brochon struggled with that 3-point shot on Monday, but has hit her first look. Boston deep position, and she won't miss from there.
Because there's a mismatch to shape up, numbers and hands to the ball.
Thomas gets inside and answers with a reverse.
He's scoring too easy for Phoenix right now.
Clark launches and hits a 3.
Going left. Signature logo distance.
Coming off a 24.9 assist night, her scoring in the 2nd quarter got Indiana back in it, held over Clark, answers with a triple. Indiana already off to a much better start after being held to just 6 points. And this time Clark will go coast to coast.
Really good change of pace. Really explosive to the rim.
Quick 8 points here for Caitlin Clark as Thomas battling with Boston down low. Help goes behind the back. It took a long time to get to Bonner. Bonner drives on hole, hang, shot too strong. We got a miss Billings down there, but Mitchell will take the three.
Boy, is she feeling it early or what? This is fantastic.
No team gives up more threes than the Mercury, 10 per game. The Fever hit 10 on Monday. Indiana is 3 for 3 from the perimeter early. Held over Boston. That shot's too strong. Could help pick up Clark 35 feet from the rim. Clark will launch it over and heads.
Should not take so long. They should know right now because it could impact something in the game tonight.
Here's Kalia Copper missing on a 3-ball. The Fever had just 6 points in the first quarter on Monday. They've missed just 2 shots here tonight. And have hit all 4 of their threes. There's their first miss. As Caitlin Clark had knocked down her first 2, she's already got 11. And Copper is a weapon in transition.
One of the things that competitive athletes want to do that's not on the stat sheet is force the other team to call a timeout first. So Indiana forced Phoenix to call a timeout first, but Nate Tibbetts' team comes out of the ATO and gets a bucket in transition.
Boston back inside, pass deflected. Good hands there by Thomas. Bonner pulls down the steal.
That play was too slow developing.
Fever have 3 turnovers. We're watching those again tonight. The Fever have the most in the league. As Brochan knocks it down from the mid-range, and a 4-0 response here for Phoenix.
Phoenix wants to play in the quarter court. Indiana wants to play up-tempo. And the faster you can play, the more opportunities there are to create mismatches.
Oh, extra pass. Mitchell launches. That one halfway down, but Billings cleans up.
Mo Billings has really played well the last 5 games for Indiana. She's shooting 63% from the floor.
Coming off a 14-point, 10 rebound Monday night on Indiana's side. Mitchell weaving inside, pass stolen, and Indiana's turned it over here 4 times in the opening quarter. And Thomas takes advantage.
When Alyssa Thomas is coming at you full speed and transition, just get out of the way.
Kalia Copper called for the foul. There is Indiana's head coach, Stephanie White. Keith Porter, development coach. To her right, Austin Kelly, Karima Christmas Kelly are the other 2 assistants. Hines Allen nearly lost it. Clark works her way inside and finds Billings.
Mo Billings carving out some space on the weak side, doing a nice job of getting in Clark's vision.
Monday night was probably her best game as a member of the Indiana Fever. Off to a great start here tonight. And Billings on the defensive end knocks it off a Copper.
Clark gets an assist right here. Piece of the paint, drops it off. Nice job of holding the defender high, and then the target hand and the delivery. One of the things Stephanie White wants her team doing is spending some more attention to detail on being on time, on target with their passes.
That call's been overturned by the officials on the floor as Thomas hits the deck. That inside for Brochan. Shot clock down to 3. She just heaves up a prayer. Clark bouncing, it's right to Mitchell for 2. Caitlin Clark's second assist is a beautiful one. Billings a block on the other end.
Great rotation by Billings on the low eye.
Here's Kiara Linskins who gets that one to go. Pass ahead, Cunningham too far underneath. And stepped on the baseline, Indiana turns it over, and that's their 4th. Indiana's 27 first quarter points. Raven Johnson is checked in, gets the assignment of Kalia Copper. And is called for the
two-way player. I mean, I put her on a list with Gabby Williams, who's dangerous, long and athletic. Brittany Sykes, healthy, and she's long and athletic. Really dangerous coming at you. Sanaya Rivers, Connecticut, all built the same, really good two-way players, really explosive in the open floor.
Copper had 20 on Monday night. The fever really made her work for it. She's got 7 early points here this evening.
Does Caitlin Clark get an assist for helping Raven Johnson with her earrings and delivering them to Stephanie White? Does that count? Is that going on the stat sheet somewhere? Because that's what just happened.
Well, I think that's called a coaching assist. Copper hits the free throw. Here's Raven Johnson running point here for Indiana. High-low with Hines Allen to Billings, and Billings is held.
Here's the assist we're talking about, Pat. Look at this right here. Cable doesn't count.
Here's Clark, who's been really aggressive in the first quarter. Drives into held. Cunningham from way outside hits a three.
What a start. What a first quarter. If you were in here the other night and saw what they did on Monday night, you wouldn't believe this is the same team.
Held had it blocked. Johnson ahead, point guard to point guard, and Clark finishes. Ayayi left alone, and Baloo Ayayi hits a three.
When Alyssa Thomas is operating in that middle third, she is so dangerous, so smart, leads the league in assists. That's a 6'2" point forward, guarding fives, running the point offensively.
Hines Allen has the size advantage, but can't finish inside. Offensive rebound. Putback is there.
Covering Tamika Catchings, one of the pure joys of my career.
Well, if you look at so many of Indiana's franchise leaderboards, it's Tamika Catchings 1, and then just a huge goal to anybody else. Although Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, and certainly Caitlin Clark will have something to say about that. Shot clock violation, opening possession.
Getting more consistent at doing all those things.
Mitchell had 10 in the first quarter.
So that pass made Aaliyah Boston come off the contact in the post-up.
Austin backs her way in, difficult look, shot too strong. Hines Allen couldn't clean up. Now Ayayi in a little bit of trouble, just crosses the timeline in time.
Look at the spacing of Phoenix.
Too strong on a three ball is Baloo Ayayi.
Most teams operate with an empty block, but they had a clear out for a two-man game.
Alyssa Thomas on the bench. Boston, deep position and finishes.
Yeah, Bonner does not have the size in that matchup. And when Indiana runs the floor and they look quick strike to the rim, they usually get something good.
Here's Copper, a blocking foul. So Kalia Copper will shoot her 5th and 6th free throws here. She's taken all of Phoenix's free throw attempts so far. And Alyssa Thomas, who did not start the second quarter, a brief rest. And the 6-time All-Star, Olympic gold medalist, is back on the floor. Stephanie White has Caitlin Clark ready to go at the next dead ball as well. Cunningham from that same spot. Couldn't get that one to go. Cambridge Fieldhouse logo. She's hit a few of them already this year. Copper over Mitchell, drains a three.
And Kelsey Mitchell goes under that ball screen, and Copper just waited for a little separation.
Hines Allen back inside for Boston. Pump fake, draw the foul, and Boston will shoot two.
Indiana doing it. They probably would go to some zone. It's just a good recognition. Good seal by Aaliyah Boston. She does all the work before the ball comes inside.
Aaliyah Boston at home this year has been MVP level good.
Yeah, you know, Pat, I think when she starts her game on the interior and then works her way out to a pick and pop or a trail three, that's when she's at her best. But right now, she's established the baseline, and Phoenix is having a hard time guarding her inside.
Boston was held to 8 points on Monday, her fewest points here at home this year. She's already got 6.
Indiana to execute in the quarter court.
Clark gets it into Hines Allen, and it's Clark's 4th assist of the night.
And it's all plays to the baseline. It's all to the interior right now, and that's where they're able to score so easily against Phoenix. They have a matchup issue.
Bonner, pretty step through and lays it in. This high-scoring game has continued. Clark hits the floor, did a good job to get it out to Boston. Too strong on a 3-ball. Ayayi, wraparound pass. That one was never going to get there. Boston kicks it out of bounds.
Back in for your fever, number 25, Monique Billy.
And in sight, some future trouble.
Nice save by Ayayi, but didn't have anybody to save it to. Mitchell turns on. And she will shoot 3, and they will look at this for landing space. Clark has already hit 2 threes tonight and been fouled on the perimeter twice as well. We have seen at times even marginal contact on the landing space called. At the same time, there might have been a little bit of a follow through on Clark, so I think 3 free throws is the right answer. And Clark has hit her first 4 from the line here tonight. Clark averaging 26 points, 9 assists on 49% shooting over her last 6. And she is tracking, and easily right now, for her 7th consecutive game with 20 and 5. She has 16 and 4 in just 11 minutes. Nobody had ever done it 6 times before Monday night. Clark threatening to do it a 7th. Mr. Thomas is the league's all-time triple-double leader. As Bonner hits a 3 over Billings. That was a difficult shot.
If you're going to bring that trap in the middle of the floor, it's got to be aggressive, and you've got to be up the line 1 pass away. Everybody's got to make sure they're in sync doing their job defensively.
Mitchell lost the handle, shot clock down to 5. Clark drives on Hell. Clark spins, steps back, leaves it shorts. Thomas lobs for Ayayi. And the foul is on here nearly 15 minutes in. Bonner with a shot clock down to 3, had it poked away. Bonner just has to hoist. And it's her 2nd air ball of the night. Fever have had a couple good defensive ATOs, if you will.
You know, a lot of times we talk about ATOs on the offensive side, but the defensive part of it is really important too. We've seen them trap the middle ball screen, but they haven't done it every time.
Clark putting on the moves. Clark will drive from the foul line, and shot is too strong. Thomas on a handoff to the rookie Broshan. Bonner is fouled, and
Alyssa Thomas clearing out some space on that baseline.
Bonner, an 89% free throw shooter, one of the league's best. She's got 9 points here tonight. Mitchell drives on, Thomas steps back and leaves it short. have been in the mid-range a bit on their last few attempts. And Thomas goes coast to coast.
Yeah, get out of the way. Let Alyssa Thomas go. When she gets cooking up the floor like that and has a head of steam. She was baby Bron in college.
Women's professional basketball, cool piece of history as the league is celebrating its 30th anniversary this season.
Kelsey Ann is a friend, a role model. Very fortunate to call her a friend.
Tyrese Halliburton recently came to a game with her jersey on as Boston lays it inside.
You know, I think Tyrese is going to meet Ann at halftime. I was in a conversation with Ann Myers-Drysdale about Tyrese.
Standard baseline seats here tonight. Ayayi is left wide open, but misses on a three. Copper pulls down the rebound between two Fever players, and she'll head right back to the line. Team league, but they have been firing on all cylinders themselves. Just 18 games in, this is 19 to a 44-game year, but if they were to fall tonight, they'd go to 9 games under 500. You almost definitely have to be at least 500 to make the playoffs this year. Got their work cut out for them, but a veteran group and a quality head coach in Nate Tibbetts. Here's Boston working on Thomas, feed inside, Billings, Cunningham, shot clock down to 4. Lobs a cross-court pass.
Expectations for Phoenix are in the quarter court.
Bonner, corner three, knocks it down. Indiana's defense was solid on Monday night. They held Phoenix under 80 points. But the Mercury eclipse the 50
timeouts, and they can get through it like a veteran team without Stephanie White having to call a timeout to settle him down.
Clark spins inside, runs right into Bonner and turns it over.
Good help by Bonner.
Bonner shot fakes the three, drives on Boston, scoop shot too short. Now Clark eyes ahead, finds Hull. Hull pulls up and gets it to go. Lexi Hull's first scoring on the night. She's only played 7 minutes. Thomas split the double team, didn't bring the ball with her. Here is Clark, inside for Boston, and Boston lays it in.
That's what I'm talking about out right now.
Roshan bounces, and that push shot from Thomas stays down. He has such good touch on that mid-range shot. 12 points here for Thomas. And Indiana turns it over again. They're starting to get sloppy.
Really a bad place to give the ball to Lexi Hull.
Mitchell knocked it away, then didn't go after it because Thomas over Boston, too strong, and Boston pulls down her 4th rebound here tonight. Johnson leaves it for Boston, backdoor, and Alyssa Thomas. Nice having everything in the U.S. time zone. Hines Allen backing in on Linskins, feeds to Hull, who somehow found some space.
Hines Allen off balance, and Lexi Hull with a great cut.
So 4 quick points for Lexi Hull, who's checked back in and made an impact.
Stephanie White always talking about what a great cutter Lexi Hull is.
Oh, but they've knocked down their last 4 shots. Boston nearly stole the inbound pass. Roshan right into the hands of Boston, forces a turnover. Here's Mitchell, finds some space, and hits a 3!
So fun to watch.
It's her 3rd triple here of the night. Thomas bouncing inside. Hines Allen took it away. Hines Allen off to the races. 2-on-1. Johnson back for Hines Allen, who blew the layup.
Mismatch.
Mitchell just pulled the chair.
Oh, what a play. Quick hands.
So both teams missing what looked like an automatic field goal attempt at the rim. And with 1 second between the clocks, Nelson Mitchell will dribble this one out. Mitchell fires, leaves it short. Hull tapped it. Linskins pulls it down. Thomas will heave from half court. Really got it to go. rebounding team in the WNBA. Third quarter underway here from Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Roshan pass inside and off the shoe tops of Aliyah Boston. Third quarter gates on Monday. Really put this game away by late third quarter. See who takes charge here to start the third as Bonner misses on a three ball. And Billings has the rebound for Indiana. Here is Clark with the 16 points and 7 assists. Clark on the drive, sees two. Cross-court pass. Mitchell inside for Boston, who gets to the rim.
Great touch pass by Kelsey Gibson. Get contact in the post.
Now Boston with the hard hedge. Copper turns the corner, and nobody picked up Thomas.
Those are the rotations that you heard Caitlin Clark speak about being faster and getting there. Same thing with Karima Christmas Kelly.
Clark driving on Broshan. Broshan sticks with her. Corner, Lexi Hall. Way off on a three ball. Just closed there by Lexi Held. Copper drives into Mitchell, draws the foul, and she will head to the line with a chance to...
Kelsey was a little bit late in getting there.
The Fever play with the fastest pace in the WNBA this Phoenix offense.
Well, Indiana tends to put a lot of pressure on their offense. That's why taking care of the basketball and executing at a high level important every night based on their defensive numbers.
Mitchell catch and shoot and splashes home a three. That is Mitchell's fourth of the night. Came into tonight 10th in the league in three-pointers made. She continues to head up those charts. Lexi Held answers for the mid-range.
Too comfortable, too easy.
Clark lobbing, Boston one bounce, and gets it to go with the left hand.
Really good footwork and balance inside by Boston.
Indiana's big three continue to excel, but the Fever just desperate for some stops on this end of the floor. Copper might have got away with a push-off, but gets to the rim. Copper's starting to take over a little for Phoenix here. She's got 19. A freedom of movement foul.
In the league.
Billings shot fakes the three, able to get the shot up on the rim as Bonner fouled her. Really, it's been a frustrating start.
She meditates and stretch.
That's really what the Fever front office had in mind when they signed Monique Billings to that contract. She provides good defense night in, night out.
She has to be a player that makes plays without having to demand the ball. And that's what she's doing in this stretch. Part of the reason why she's averaging better than 8, better than 6. Those are pretty good numbers for her.
Copper overhaul, shot is short.
Early drag and a nice roll to the rim by Boston.
Thomas recovers back onto Boston. Here's Clark, shot fakes the three. Well, two-man game. It's Clark in Boston as Boston spins to the rim but can't finish. Bonner pulls down the rebound and Hull is called for the foul.
College basketball at Auburn for the great Nell Fortner, former head coach here with the Fever and now the Canadian national team coach.
That time an offensive foul as Phoenix turns it over.
Done.
Phoenix is hit with their rebound. Broshan with the steal and lays it in. Broshan quietly having a really nice night. 7 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds.
And as the game wears on, if Indiana can't create any separation and Phoenix keeps playing with confidence, they're playing with house money on the road. They got 5 wins.
As Clark hits a three for Indiana, it's her third of the night.
Do you hear the net? It snaps in a special way when she knocks down those deep threes.
Bonner shot fakes the three, hangs and gets it to go.
She might launch again right here.
Time opting in for Boston. Thomas has played her well here in this series. Boston inside for Billings and knocked away at the last moment by Boston. Billings, the offensive rebound. Boston is still wide open. She's calling for it. Hand off Clark. Clark working on Hell. Goes behind the back. Held sticks with her, and Bonner comes up with a steal. Held in behind the defense, and Thomas finds it for two.
Yeah, that won't look good on film. Turnover, and then you get beat down.
So Mitchell at the controls here for Indiana. Mitchell on the attack, shot out of a cannon.
Explodes and glides. Beautiful.
Made that Phoenix defense look like they were in quicksand. Johnson comes up with a steal. So a bucket and a turnover. Here's the rookie Johnson. Austin has had this advantage on Bonner and continues to take advantage. Four quick ones out of the timeout for Indiana. Austin will be called.
Effective, but she's really learning how to run the team.
Bonner left open, misses on a three. Ayayi, the offensive rebound. Got a copper to one Bonner.
All-stars, good core. And Lexi Held has played well on the top of the floor. And they're missing a couple of starters, and Akoa Makani and Mack tonight.
Mitchell fire away and knocks down a three. Held, stop and go, spins over Johnson, shot won't fall. Thomas with the rebound.
Look at that cushion that you give Thomas. But then she closes down that space with that incredible spin move.
Mitchell with 21 tonight. Cunningham, Hines Allen, swing it. Thomas with a head full of steam. Strong on strong. Hines Allen holds her ground. Thomas arguing it's a 5-on-4, and Mitchell can't finish at the rim. Got too far underneath. And Ayayi is bumped. That's Indiana's 5th foul. He's got a pretty interesting story at age 32. Provided big minutes here tonight with Natasha Mack not on the floor. 10 points, 3 rebounds for Ayayi. Mitchell sizing up Held. Hines Allen. Muscle on muscle, and Hines Allen wins the battle. Hines Allen hits the free throw.
You need row here, see if they can swing the momentum. Phoenix has really done a good job of being patient and playing their tempo.
And Thomas through the contact. Phoenix has had an answer tonight. And we'll have Kelsey keeping tabs on it. Clark has played 20 minutes tonight. Mitchell has played 26.
I think they got a defensive reset. Fever had, how many has the other team had? Then there hasn't been many.
But a big test ahead of Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, and the Fever here.
It's like Phoenix in a zone.
Oh, finds some space and hits a three.
Off the flare screen, the pass on time, right to the target. Shooting pocket.
Here's Ayayi gliding right to the rim. And she's had a great night tonight, 14 points. Pulls Phoenix back within 4. Big minutes here for Ty Harris, who had not played in the 2-game series. Mitchell shot clock down to 4. Mitchell, Harris. Hole was just wrong. Copper steps into a 3. That one off the mark.
Hines Allen doing a good job on the glass tonight. That's her 5th rebound.
Mitchell with a game high 24. Offensive foul. Indiana turns it over. Fever hit with, not to be a whole lot on that second foul of the quarter either. Pass behind Copper. Thomas able to track it down. Copper on hold. Copper with the left hand rolls it in and a foul. Copper hits the free throw. Indiana's lead down to a point. Shot clock's been winding down here on Indiana. Mitchell tries to create. Hines Allen has to hoist. Fever's offense looking a bit stagnant here these past couple possessions.
I don't see Aaliyah Boston posting up Alyssa Thomas as much as she posts up the other players. They got to get that switch so they get her off of AV.
Ayayi has the size advantage. And he uses it to her advantage. Ayayi. Half-quarter lead erased. Mitchell looking for her first scoring in the corner. Boston, shot fakes the three. Walled off there by Thomas. Shot clock winding down again. Boston has to get rid of it. Oh, and she hit it! Not in rhythm, and with Thomas in her face, Boston hits maybe her toughest three of the season.
They put her in the corner and run horns. They put their 5-player in the corner.
Looks like they'll say foot on the line, so it's a 2 for Boston. Indiana has a 1-point lead. Thomas wants this matchup on Mitchell. Hines Allen gives help. Held, swings it. Shot clock violation. It will not count.
Instead of waiting till a timeout.
Mitchell on Bonner, former teammates. Shot clock winding down again. Indiana struggling to create good looks here. Mitchell with one. And a shot clock violation. They won't say it's a shot clock violation, and Brochon lays it in.
Well, Brochon did not stop playing, and everyone else did.
Indiana's really struggling here these last few possessions to create offensively.
And see, this is where Aaliyah Boston's got to work her way to the block.
Shot clock down to 5 again. This is Hines Allen. And Indiana all out of sorts here. And the Fever should be getting a point back. The bigger picture, they're going to need more offensive fluidity. They want to try to pull this one out without Caitlin Clark. Thomas, push shot. There's 2. And Phoenix, for the moment, is up by 3.
Get a piece of the paint, you got a mismatch inside. AIE makes a nice pass back out to the top of the floor.
Austin hands off Mitchell. Hines Allen is wide open. Shot clock at 5 again. Johnson bounces. Hines Allen rolls. Brochon. Back for Thomas. And Thomas with 2 more.
She owns the middle third. I said it Monday night. It's the same thing here tonight. They just run some middle third action. Shooters in the corners, got the floor spaced. And Thomas can make that 15-footer.
Mitchell catch and shoot and delivers with a 3. Thomas, Brochon, 3 more. Indiana, they've had to do this a lot last year, but rarely this season. Mitchell on the drive, circles back around.
Match it up in the zone. Good switch by Phoenix, causes a turnover.
In Clark's hands. The Fever had to learn how to play that way last year. Understandably, it took them some time. They got to a pretty good level by the end of the season. And now they have to pick all that up here again. Thomas spins over Boston, and Thomas starting to cook here in the 4th.
Just had 3 incredible baskets under clutch performance.
Thomas guarding Mitchell, pass inside, Boston pivots, but loses the handle. Bonner comes up with a steal. And Nate Tibbetts will take a timeout.
Here's the zone by Indiana.
Copper the switch on to Hull. Copper on the drive. Copper flips it up. Shot too strong. Boston wrenches that one away from Copper, who had position. That's a big rebound. See if the Fever can take advantage.
Got to really execute. Get deep into the shot clock.
Once again, that shot clock down to 5. Hull bouncing. Johnson. Big three! And they must have called that a 2 on the floor, so we'll check on that. Still a 2-point game right now. Roshan draws the foul on Indiana. Phoenix, by the way, has not forwards. Although a miss on the first. Ayayi has played like all-stars. But can they get a lift from their depth? Not there from the foul line. Fever a chance to tie or take the lead here. Johnson handoff Mitchell. Johnson trying to isolate Boston. Here is Boston. Shot clock down to 8. Boston on Thomas, and Boston is fouled. Copper kick. Lob inside. Ayayi is fouled. So that is the 6th foul on Indiana.
The middle third.
A little over a week ago. Now the Fever have their work cut out for them. 6-point deficit. Just over 2 minutes to play. Mitchell. Hull is wide open. Boston with the offensive rebound. Mitchell. Hull gets inside and right to the rim.
Got to play good defense here.
Thomas gets right by Boston and no one picks her up.
Tough matchup.
Mitchell catch and shoot. There's a 3. And Indiana back within Fever, but they desperately need stops here.
You got to close that space on Thomas.
Thomas on Boston. All-star on all-star. Kick out Broshan. No! 70 seconds to go. The Fever with a heartbeat. Here is Lexi Hull, who shot fakes the 3. Drives inside. Kick out Johnson. Johnson. Boston. 1-point game. Timeout Nate Tibbetts. And the Fever foul before the ball is inbounded.
Can't do that.
Which will be a... So now the lead is 2. Copper off the Thomas screen. Switch on to Boston. Copper on a crossover. Gets to the rim. It's a 3-point possession for Copper. So the Fever have another answer in them. Mitchell. Here is Boston. Boston will drive. Boston flips it up and a blocking foul. Boston hits them both.
Set for the Fever.
Ayayi to inbound. It's the rookie on Copper. Bonner looking inside for Thomas.
Oh, she walked. She traveled. The rim.
Kelsey Mitchell with 30 points tonight. Mitchell, offensive foul. And she hit the shot. It will not count. Now this is even close. And she misses. 1 of 2 from the line. Here is Boston. Back for Johnson. Indiana looking for a 3 here. Cunningham will go right up the middle and lay it in. It's a 1-point game.
Got a foul.
Inbound to Copper, and that's who...
Well, they're talking to Sophie Cunningham and Raven Johnson right now about what they want to run.
Ready here. And Copper misses. And Indiana pulls it down, but the Fever lose possession and couldn't get that reset timeout. Austin Kelly was begging for it on the sideline, but nobody called it.